Welcome. There hasn't been an My Team video in a while, and let me tell you why. So, if you haven't seen the previous episode, it was in Monaco. I did fairly well. I think I got P7 around the area. And then I headed to Baku. So, it's not where the story goes sour. I got P3. Almost got in P2. Just pushed a little bit too late to chase down Bass. So, it's like 2/10 across the line. And now this is where the story goes sour. Canada. I was expecting points this race because last season I missed out on points because I accidentally hit someone and got front wing damage, so the extra time in the pit stop cost me. So I was pushing. Rain became a opponent.
Let's get this team up and running. The first thing we need to do is register a
And there was just mistake after mistake after mistake.
First, enter a team name.
Now, if you've done anything, you should know that once you don't enjoy just like one thing, you don't enjoy the thing anymore. And that's what happened to me. So, I decided that I'm not going to focus on previous seasons anymore.
Some sponsors offer a larger signing.
And I'm just going to wing it. I don't care.
More weekly income. The better we perform,
I've got 2 seasons that are possibly available to do. So, let's try and do them. But technically even 4 if I do 4 a week, but I don't have that capacity. Anyway, here we are. After my sad story. Winter Racing Team is Winter F1 Team is the name of this thing, and I was checking earlier, the other day actually, and most teams have sponsors in the name, so I'm going to incorporate whatever sponsor I choose. At the moment, I'm looking quite Slingshot Fuel is looking quite good. But they do have quite a high target, 15 points in the season. And I want to go based off what I'd think at the start, even though I already know what's going to happen. It's got the best weekly income, so that's why I'm looking towards it. I'm looking towards it over Jingshen because it has a higher goal bonus, so I do choose it. And gonna now choose Honda because I really like the sound of Honda, although I do wish I could do a mix of the Honda and oh no Mazepin. Let's just avoid him. And Giotto, Ilot, King, Manuel Correa, Boccalacci or Hubert. I would go for Hubert, but I want to have as much fun in the games, and I want to improve the car a lot. So maybe in season 2, in those final half of the season, I'll put in Hubert and see if he can do well. Remember that, and if I change my driver lineup midway through next season, you'll know why, and you'll know who too. Now trying to change the name so that it incorporates our main sponsor. So it would be Winter Slingshot F1 Team. Now that I go back over it sounds nice when I say it out loud, compared to what it actually is. Actually, no, I need to say that out loud first. I mean, I guess if you say anything enough, it does sound good. So, I think I also tried putting Honda in because putting Slingshot in, it went a little bit over the character budget that you're only allowed to put 22 characters, and Winter Slingshot F1 team is a little bit over, so I tried putting in, I also noticed that only one team actually put in their engines, so I'm going to try that. So I'm going to try Winter Honda F1 team, and if you don't know, Honda is actually a swear word. No, the game has it as a censored word. I don't know why. So yeah, prohibited words. So changed it to Honda. Honda. Man didn't call him Honda. Honda. So yeah, I did call it Honda. And yeah, it just didn't seem right to me. So I don't do that. I also changed the sponsor, and looking a little bit to the left there, Equinox finished 10th in the championship or better. Okay, I don't remember anything then. Changing the name once again. And yeah, we do change the sponsor, looking at all the things that we can do. But in the end, we are going to go with Equinox, and our team is going to be called Winter Equinox F1 team. That sounds nice, but I don't know what one sounds better. Winter Slingshot F1 team, Winter Equinox F1 team. I mean, obviously, when I'm going to refer to my team, I'm just going to say Winter, like you do with Haas. So yeah, not too bad. We've got Callum on board. He is my favourite F2 driver. Unfortunately, he didn't win the F2 championship this season, so that's a little bit disappointing for me. I did edit the car the other whenever. We're going to create a new badge, and we are going to go with the 5-point star. We're going to put the dark blue on it, 167, saturation at 240, and luminance at 120, if you want to replicate all that. Emblems, we are going to go for, once again, the W, because it also incorporates an E, if you look at it correctly. So there you could have paused it and you would have seen an E. You can also see an R if you look closely and chop off half of it. And you can also see a T. Well, at least I do. We're going to change the white to a light green to represent the light green on the car. So 80, 240, 120. And then the red is going to be the light blue that is on the overalls with 120, 240 and 120. So it looks nice. I like all the blues and all the greens. So yeah, not too bad if I do say so myself. Copying the car livery, but unfortunately the first two colours of the car were both the same colour, so that didn't quite work. So changing the colours now to green, blue and cyan. It is called cyan. I mean, I'd rather call it light blue, because I'd say that luminance at 64 with hue at 120 is cyan, but you never know. People, I mean, it's probably, I think that probably because I play Minecraft. A little insider fact for you. I'm gonna go as close as I can to pro career. Yeah, turning off flashbacks, simulation damage, safety car on, strict cone, manual restarts, surface and carcass temperature, no, wrong way, custom, yeah, I think that's it, short qualifying, formation lap on, and 110 AI difficulty. Yep, and formation lap on. I think that's everything. And yeah, these will not change. hopefully. But let's get into our career now. And first of all, if you remember from previous season, I just realised I didn't commentate on the season 1 first couple of episodes. Forgot about that. Anyway, here we are.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. There's a rich history of that in Formula 1 too, so Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula 1, so too is its driver and owner.
I feel like Will was paid for the amount of time he was recording his voiceover, because he seems to go on forever. But then again, sometimes he just has one outing. Anyway, Will's asking, and this isn't just about me, it's my team, and I'm 100% behind them. Together we are unstoppable, and we are going to be unstoppable. This series will continue. There will be no pauses. Dreaming to my teammate, I've seen what they do on paper, and I see a lot of potential in them. Oh no, never mind. They're the right fit for the team. I'm gonna be realistic. We're just gonna go with Williams. I mean, it could be the other teams, but yeah, close races with Williams, and if it make a mistake because flashbacks are off now, could have actually close races with Williams. Slashy balance is incredible. I'm gonna go with one for each department to equal it out. I am going to say that our fuel efficiency is mad. Oh, that's why I can save a lot of fuel in the races. Oh my god, I didn't realise that. Oh jeez. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're gonna overtake every car through durability, and finally, the only department that we haven't gone for is the aerodynamics. So aerodynamics are key if you don't have a good engine, and with the fact that we've got Honda, it's a bit of a mix. I mean, I like its sound, but I'd rather prefer a hybrid between a Ferrari and Honda sounding engine. I might make a video on the sounds of all the car engines and overlay them between each other if that seems like something you want to see. So if that is, put that in the comments below. Yeah. Anyway, reading a message from our people at work, and seems like our IT department is letting us know that we can access the computers, so that's why we're going on now. And yeah, instantly going for a driver training camp, and yeah, not going to go for any of the focuses because that will decrease morale of other teams, so other departments. So yeah, that's a little bit dangerous. So we're going to go for a pre-season merchandise sale instead, which will give us a bit of money. And instantly going into the R&D section now. And unfortunately, because we didn't answer one of the first few questions on aerodynamics, it has no upgrades done to it. But because we answered it all on the other stuff, there's upgrades done to them. And it's a fuel efficiency upgrade on the powertrain. That's mad. What I've just noticed there, well, no, I haven't just noticed, but I just realised and remembered, the aerodynamics upgrade, as soon as I upgraded one, it changed the other one to a price of $5.25 instead of $500, which it was. You can go back and rewind it if you want to find that out, but trust me. Changing all the sponsors now, and don't quite like the look of black on the blue and green car, so I'm gonna change the sponsor to red to fit in with the RGB colour scheme, which is what your screen is made up of. You're just basically looking at a bunch of red, green and blue dots, if you didn't know that. It makes up all the colours by having a certain amount of each colour. So if you wanted white, if you're looking at something white, like you are on the right hand side of your screen now, it is 100% red, 100% green and 100% blue of how much of them colours. There's a little bit of a computing lesson for you right there. Going through all the sponsors now. As we only have one sponsor, we're going to put Equinox on all 11 of them until we get another sponsor, which hopefully we can do in the up and coming episodes. So yeah, that'll be quite nice, as we are just a fledgling team, as Anthony Davidson will say later on. Oh, by the way, later on, for some reason during the grid, when Anthony Davidson's talking to David Croft, for the beginning of the race, for some reason it focuses on Alex, the camera, and the audio just cuts out. I don't know why. Yeah, it didn't cut out when I was recording, so probably something wrong with my USB stick that I record on. I doubt it though. But you never know. So, almost there. We're on the 9th of the 11th sponsor slot. So, not too bad. 10th sponsor slot now on the rear wing. These final two are on the rear wing. And, pure red. Zero hue. Saturation 240 and brightness at 110. Finally, the end plate. I don't know what you really call this. Rear end plate. Let's say that. Red actually kind of stands out on the blue and the green and blue. Although the symbols at the back, it would be better if there was it was more of a filled in circle like A+F sponsor on in previous career. Looking at the anything that we can do and buy at the moment. Unfortunately, we can't. Not just yet. Got a little bit more money now, but that's not going to be able to give us anything. So we're just going to go use it on. We're just going to use our R&D points. Focusing on beating Williams at the moment, as they are our target. So all R&D points will be focused towards the durability and the powertrain, even if I can upgrade somewhere else. It'll also help me for when a R&D reset comes. Talking over this point now with the car reveal, because you already know what happens and you've already seen the car, so not much point. But if you want me for season 2 to show up in the car reveal, I will. You just got to put it in the comments. Anyway, getting some more weekly resources, and Jeff telling us that we can change the activities, but we can't. So stupid Jeff. Looking at the prices for the sponsors now, can't get anything yet. Not enough money, and not enough R&D points. But with the pre-season merchandise sale, we do have enough to get something, and we are going to get something for the personnel. A weird route I took there. Analyze suit that should increase the experience, which will be good, because that will give us more R&D points from our teammate in practice. So not too bad. First, speaking about practice, let's go to the first practice of our of our thingy, of our new career. Kevin Magnussen right there, being replaced by Mazepin. And if you don't know the story about Mazepin, he his father's rich, that's why he's in F1. And yeah, just go search up Magnussen Mazepin on Instagram. You should find out why there's hashtag we say no to Mazepin. If you don't know the story already. Changing all our graphics and camera options, as for some reason it didn't change to my normal. Doing trackable optimization, almost getting purple on every single corner, so not too bad for me. Going across the line for our race strategy program now. Doing car setup, team objective completion as well. Going across the line to do our second lap of that, and going ahead of Perez on the leaderboard chart already, so maybe there's sandbagging. And going across the line for our third lap, and we get the optimal pace in the race strategy program. Basically just need to do 3 laps in positive delta when you've done it, which kind of easy if you think about it. End of practice now, and Callum and I not too far behind us. And yeah, he is our teammate. So yeah, by upgrading the analyst suite, the amount of R&D points that we get from Callum will go up because of experience. So the best driver for resource points is actually Kimi Räikkönen with 99, but don't really want to go for him because he could retire soon, as he is the oldest on the grid at the age of 40. So in game, I do believe it takes the amount of time that they've been in the sport, and yeah, the longer they've been in sport, the more likely they are to retire. But let's go to qualifying now, where you don't retire. There we am, and here we are with fuel system fault. Even though we've got a fuel efficiency, oh, that's probably why, because we've got fuel efficiency. Here's me joking, seeing to see if I can find anyone for the culprit of letting that happen. Unfortunately, I didn't find it, so I couldn't fire them. Unfortunately, that means we can only do 2 laps. Our first lap puts us 17th, just behind Magnussen and Räikkönen, but our second lap, coming across the line with 5 seconds to go this time, instead of less than that, when we would do in season 2. Here we are anyway. I need to commentate on that. Heading into turn 3, breaking about the black box and clipping the curb on the inside. We're gaining some delta, but we lose it through turn 4, going through turn 5. We're gaining a bit of the delta back now. Heading towards turn 6, the right hander here. Turn 7, missing the curb completely, and does seem to be gaining this in time. Touch the grass on the inside of turn 8, not too good. Going through turn 9, getting on the curb just a little bit. You don't want to get on that rage yellow bit, otherwise it will throw you off. Heading towards turn 11 now, braking not too early so that we can carry maximum speed through the high speed chicane of 11 and 12. Heading towards turn 13 now, braking about the 100 meter board, clipping the curb on the inside, and getting on the power towards turn 14, where we just do a little lift and run wide, not too much though. Getting on a little bit of a race curve there, and getting through turn 16. Don't get on the curve on the inside, don't get on the curve on the outside from me. Coming across the line, 5 times improvement. Where's it going to put us? It was behind the Renault. It is P15 in our first very outing, and that is where the car is. Funny enough. Yeah, the only cars that should be behind us are our teammate, Haas, Alfa Romeo, and Williams. and if we check, Williams 21 and 22, Haas 19 and 20, Alpha 17 and 18, and that leaves us 15 and 16. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of deviation between all that. So, Haas is in 16, 18, Alfa Romeo 17, 21, I think. 20, no, 19, no, 20. Winter in 15, 19, and Williams 21, 22. Anyway, getting some team acclaim now, as we do not have a rivalry, so this cutscene is a little bit short. And I haven't gone with the all guns blazing, which I do believe was putting myself off. It was making me laugh too much. No. Yeah, no. Luck did start to decrease once I had got that, funny enough. But we're going to read the message from Jeff, and then we are going to go straight to the first race of the season of the Reborn Career Mode. You may not like this, I just realised that. Oh well, tough. And subscribe if you don't like. Or hit the dislike button.
It's finally time once again to begin what promises to be another thrilling season of Formula One action. Pre-season times, subject of so much discussion in recent weeks, mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that
Hey,
needs
he's
to be
not floating
taken
this time.
seriously. Its combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by, well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
It's hard to imagine how a small operation like that could survive in the ruthless world of Formula One, and yet here they are. Let's see how they fare in the Grand Prix proper.
Yep, it would have just gone quiet then. I can't hear if it goes quiet or not, because for some reason it won't let me hear the video when recording voice. I guess it doesn't play the audio back twice.
Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Vettel.
Oh, that makes sense.
Leclerc, Albon, and Lance Stroll. Fiat, Norris, Pierre Gasly, and Ocon. The Engineer, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen, and Roman Grosjean. Ireland, Giovinazzi, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Here we are on the grid now for our first race with Callum as our teammate. Changing the strategy to our personalised strategy, whilst also looking at the fuel. Just updating it to be dead on. I changed it, although I was going to have it originally back at what it was, so let's change it back to 15.9. Actually, I've got to make sure it's correct 15.9 because it's 2 of them. 33k. There we go. Now changing every strategy to personalised. Seems like we can go a lap later if we change it to personalised. So let's see if we can hold that strategy as we get ready for the formation lap. I keep thinking that is going to be the 5 red lights for the actual race, but it's going to be a habit that we'll get out of. Changing immediately to the temperature panel, and just remembered I had mapped Rich and the fuel mix to gear up and gear down, which was getting in my way, so when I got to turn 8, I changed that. So yeah, coming to the end of the formation lap now, and yeah, just gonna line up on the grid, and hopefully it is an exciting race, and for our first ever race, and hopefully is no mistakes considering I have no flashbacks available. So here we are now, 5 lights, and we are going to get underway now as Ocon gets a good start, and Pierre Gasly gets a little bit of a bug down, so could get past him, but no, we don't. Back out into turn 1, got a Haas up our inside of Kevin Magnussen. Going towards turn 2, we just squeeze him a little bit, but he's slowed down a little bit and made contact, and we've got a little bit of front wing damage. Callum, why not now going around our outside? We're going to go down the inside of Magnussen there. I think we could have clipped his front wing, but that could have been ours that we threw. Kimi Räikkönen also went down the inside, and yeah, now he's in front of us. And a little bit wide at turn 5 because of our front wing damage, and that does mean that we are going to have to hit 7 laps late earlier than what we want to do. I'm gonna follow the strategy and pit this lap, go a little bit wide at the fast chicanes now, as George Russell now looking to overtake us, but we're going to pull it into overtaking Ridge, and because of how draggy that Williams is, it can't overtake us. That's mad. Anyway, at the end of the lap now, we're going to come into box and change the front wing. Although we are going to change the tyres to hard tyres. It's got a long way to head, and weirdly enough, Lando Norris comes in and Magnussen comes in as well, so maybe that was Magnussen's front wing that we clipped. So yeah, and bear in mind the fact that we're on the hard tyres on, we got the hards on later on in the race, just remember that fact. Then 6.4 second pit stop, unfortunately, as we had the front wing change. Vouch Mars and 23.9, see what we do when we come across the line. Fortunately, we get a track extended morning at turn 15. I told everyone not to do that, and I'll go and do it myself. 23.9, we do a 33.4, but that's with pit lane as well, so it doesn't really count. DRS enabled just that, but we're not close enough to anyone. In response to a bias's output of 3 seconds slow, so yeah, we are on the hard as well, so about 1-2 seconds, so yeah, so could have been 24.9 if it stayed on the sauce. And losing rear end just a little bit. Our tyres check temps, we were checking them, make sure they didn't fluctuate. Seemed to be a little cold, and we need to go back on it because yeah, 80. I mean, in cores like 100, so that could be a little bit damaging. Although they are now on like 80s, so that could be a little bit bad. Just realised that. Wait, they keep changing it. I'm stupid. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that's a mistake from me. Tyre temps are a little bit too cold, so yeah, maybe we should have gone on the medium. But coming through turn 7, oh no, oh no, instantly change into the tyre temps, and yeah, now I know what the problem was. And the tyres were too cold. Just as simple as that. They were too cold. Anyway, how much loss have we got? 12 seconds, okay. B22, Russell coming into the box, ILOT's going into the box as well. So, yeah, we're gonna have to see if we close to them, no we're not. Close to Giovinazzi though, but yeah, that Ferrari power unit is still quite good, although we were told by Codemasters that when you reset, when you do another career mode in my team, the front row unit should be normal, but it isn't. Turn 11, unfortunately, I cut just a little bit, so that's my it's my second track limits warning, and that's my close to another spin. So I got a little bit angry there, and yeah, not ideal. I've got 5 laps still remaining. Overfueled the car a little bit, quite a bit actually, so we're going to underfuel the car for next week, and which should be out tomorrow. Bahrain GP, hopefully we can go much better than then. Oh no, hopefully we can go much better than this now. Just don't extend the track. Yeah, I've got the track limits warning and penalty because I was pushing for the position. Jeez, Jeff, I don't know anything. Hopefully Bahrain can go much better than I previous season one, Bahrain. You don't know, my wheel decided to break and it steered me into the barrier, making me crash. Thank God I've got a new wheel. Luckily, Giovinazzi caught up to someone and slowed him down, so when we were able to catch up to him, getting on the curb at exit of turn 10, and apex of turn 10, so I'll spin a little bit. Voucher pass and 24 going on to the final lap. We're going to go on to the final lap and we're going to set a 26.6, a tenth off our previous best of a 26.5. Voucher pass comes across the line to win in his Mercedes. Giovinazzi going around the outside of Kevin Magnussen, Roman Grosjean going into turn 11. Didn't quite do it. Luckily he didn't, because that's a corner where you don't want to do that. Got DRS now, but it's not going to be enough, and yeah. I knew what was wrong, and I'm actually glad this happened in the first Grand Prix, and at least it didn't happen in next season, because otherwise, yeah, we wouldn't be in the championship fight, which I want to be in for next season, because the final season that I'm going to have. So, yeah, hopefully I'm going to have much more seasons next game, but, you know, you can't have everything your way. But with this, I will, because I'm going to enjoy it. And even though I got penalties this Grand Prix, I did enjoy it. And that's the thing. That even if you do bad, if you enjoy it, that's good. And I predominantly enjoyed this one because I knew I was quick. So, yeah.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Well done to Mark for dominating in both real life Grand Prix and the game Grand Prix. That's something we've got correct. And Max Verstappen gets the podium, so the top 3 stay the same from real life. So yeah, not new. Level 29 now for podium pass, so we are definitely gonna get to level 30. I can tell you that I'm already at level 30 because I did recorded the Bahrain GP last night, which is when this should have been. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen swapped places to get that podium. Sergio Perez and Vettel moved down to Carlos Sainz, and yeah, 15 seconds away would have put us 5 seconds behind Magnussen. So with those other mistakes that we did make, we would have still finished behind Magnussen. I'm highlighting here where I would have finished if I didn't make any mistakes at all, but I'm human, so obviously I am going to make mistakes, or the AI would make more human mistakes like we do, so that it can be a little bit closer, but you don't want to be too close, too unrealistic. Here I am making the thumbnail, and if you are keen-eyed enough to know, I overwrite the tyres to make them the full wet tyres. So that's when you know that you enjoyed the Grand Prix. It is when you joke it.
Fans really enjoy that. Made it look
I mean, apart from making mistakes, I did make it look easy.
weren't as quick as your team.
Checking you, I did make it look easy. I weren't quicker than my teammate because I made a few mistakes and they were more consistent. Quite literally, actually, what happened. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. Always go for that one. Always affect the acclaim, nothing else. Although you can easily get department morale back, but you can easily get acclaim back, and you don't really care about driver acclaim, you care about the team acclaim. And when you answer the questions in the interviews, it affects your claim, not driver's team claim. Unfortunately, we get a little bit of damage reduction, so we're not getting the full 100k, and that's a little bit disappointing. But I hope you've enjoyed this Reborn My Team series, and I haven't done this in a while, but subscribe, like if you did enjoy, dislike if you didn't enjoy. It will really help me out if you do that, please. Share with friends because friends have common interest. Join the Discord, link in the description below. But until the races have a problem that I can't, and that you engineers can't fix, I'm the Racengineer. Goodbye. I haven't done that in a while, that feels good. Good to mess up the intro, I didn't say welcome and there's some problem. Well, I've just said it now. Oh wow, okay. Join me for the Bahrain GP tomorrow.